Hey, welcome back. So I was in the middle of filming a video for you about my pressure washer. Yes, I know it's raining. And my tenant called and said that our roof is leaking. So we have a rental property and we have a tenant there and they're moving out in the next couple weeks. Been super good tenants. Sad to see them go. So we knew we had some repairs to do, but we did not expect a leaky roof. So I had to stop pressure washing in the rain, and we're off to see if we can figure out what is leaking, where it's leaking, and if we can actually patch it in the rain. That lovely rattle you hear is my ladder in the back, so let's go see what we can see, shall we? So here's the rental. Very pretty, very tall. 2 stories, attic. That room right there, that's where it's leaking. Let's go see if we can figure it out. So you're not going to see the water very well. You can kind of see it right there. But it's leaking. We're in the upstairs room. So now we're going to go up into the attic. You see it? I know. Let's go into the attic and see if we can find it, okay, bud?
It's going ever.
So it's in walk-up attic. Old house built in the 20s. It's an old craftsman house. Very spooky. Turn the light on. There we go. All right.
I'll follow you away.
Okay.
In here.
So we're right over here.
Now we're in here. Now look.
Now we gotta find it.
Now where is it?
Let's get some stuff out of the way first.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
No. Where is it? Blinking at.
See if water's dripping. Okay. All these bays look good. The bathroom's right there. That's the plumbing for the bathroom right there. So it was over a little bit. So I kept going down the bays. And what I found is right there. See it dripping? And it's dripping down
That's bad.
into there.
It means emergency.
So this is the old chimney.
It's an emergency, Mr. Brian.
It is an emergency, but we'll get it fixed. All right, here's my chimney. You can see I've kind of repaired it before with some Flex Seal, but apparently that's either no longer holding, the water is getting in somewhere else. So we're going to have to put some more tar down. For now, I think the eventual fix will be to remove this chimney because it is no longer functional. It used to be the old heating system of the house. It doesn't work. The problem is, or the weird thing is, the leak is like coming through right here. But I think what's happening is the water's getting in there and then rolling down and actually finding a low point over there. And if you want to see kind of a cool view, this is a massive house. Look how far down that is. Ah, so scary! So scary! Hey, street sweeper. All right, before all my equipment gets soaked, let's see if we can fix this. All right, guys, we threw some tar up there. Let's see if it worked. I really hope it worked. Nope. Still dripping like a champ. Look at that. All right. So this chimney's gonna have to come out. Oh well, we tried. All right. Little safety first tip. Drive your wrecking bar into the ground. Tie it to the bottom of the ladder when you're working by yourself. And you're working very tall. July 3rd. Good morning. It's July 3rd, about 8:30 in the morning. We are here to take care of the old chimney. We gotta get this done quick for multiple reasons. One, I have approximately 50 or 60 people coming over to the house tonight at about 5 p.m. to dark for a little 4th of July party. I work on Sunday at the department, 24 hours. And then Monday morning, I'm leaving straight from work and going to grind some stumps a couple cities over. So I got to get home, get these tools unloaded, and get the grinder and all those tools loaded. So let's get this done. just in case you like heights. That's the distance. All right. So we got it to flip over pretty easy, and here's why. These are the thermal bricks. See how they don't have any holes in them? Let me show you what happened to the mortar. This property is built in the 20s. I haven't hit this with a hammer. They're just popping out. The mortar has turned to dust. So this wasn't very secure anyways. Ugh. Should be inside the attic now. We're gonna keep on pulling it down below the roof line. Alright, we've got all the shingles peeled back, nails flattened out. You want to go to where there's a natural edge for your shingles. And you see how the pitch changes here? I don't really like having a seam there with my new and old ones, but I don't have a choice. So above here where I know it was leaking, I went up higher. The trick is to kind of reach up under here and get the bottom part of the shingle out. So use your hands, raise it up, because you don't want to damage the shingles all the way up, because we're not trying to change the whole roof. You can also put a flat bar up underneath there and pop the nails out. This whole roof is probably going to get replaced in the next 10 years or so. So while it might not be the prettiest thing in the world, it just needs to hold for now. Now this chimney, I would love to just shingle right over it, but I can't. This is a vent chimney. It's not for my fireplace. It's for my gas water heater 30 feet below in the English basement, which I'll show you in just a minute. But for now, we need to get some framing in there, get some plywood on there, and get this thing knocked out. Alright, so here's our patch. I haven't screwed it down yet because I wanted you guys to see. It's about 16.5 by 2 feet. Okay. I put 3-sided framing on there. If those pieces look familiar, you should go watch the chicken tractor video. Don't throw away your scraps. You never know when you're going to need them. It doesn't need to be up there. It actually doesn't even need to be down there. 2 sides is plenty for 16 inches of span on this OSB. See? It's good. So we're going to screw that down and get some tar paper on and get some shingles on. Okay, we've got the new vent in. Tar paper down. Time to start putting some shingles. Please remember, this does not need a draft like a fireplace chimney does. This is just a vent for the gas water heater. That's all. So it doesn't have to be so many feet above. It just needs some fresh air. And actually, the old one they had here, which you see the parts of there, was capped off. So I bought a CO monitor. We're going to throw it into the attic too, just to be extra super safe. Safety first. Let's get some shingles on. for all intents and purposes, this is it. Now, when you're putting your shingles on, you want to do your best to not nail in your seams and to have a nice wide gap between your seam on the one row and the seam on the other. Now, as you can see, they got a little close on these, and I don't really like that. But this will hold and be water resistant until I change the roof. And I plan on changing this roof, like I said, I think in the next 5 to 10 years. Roofs should be mechanically waterproof. Okay, so what that means is if you took this entire roof and you flipped it over, would it float or would it sink? It would sink, right? Because that's not the way it's designed. It's designed for water to roll downhill and off of it. This shallow pitch that we have here makes that difficult. One of the ways you know if your roof is going bad is if you reach down here and you see how this lifts up. All that tar is gone and some of these shingles. Some of these are still good, that's why I don't need to replace it right now. But you see this? This right here, if you were to lift it up, there's no nail there, right? That's good, because if there was a nail there, there'd be a leak. That's why you keep your nails away from the edges. So in order to help this roof last a little longer, everywhere that I've lifted up these edges here to slide shingles underneath, I'm gonna add my own tar. Just regular old roofing tar. And put a seam underneath. Because shingles have a built-in seam. See that black line there? That's tar. When the sun gets hot, that gets sticky. Hold your shingle down onto your roof. All those, even if they were good, are bad now because I've torn them up. So we can get some more life out of them by running tar all the way around underneath the flap. So that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to go install the CO monitor, and I will show you the basement where this thing is venting out of. This is my English basement. The reason it's called an English basement is because it isn't finished all the way up. Okay? If you look over here, that's crawl space. Yay! Crawl space over there. They've closed it off, but it's not finished. This is the vent chimney that goes all the way up and outside. Here's my gas hot water heater that runs up and vents. Now this used to be what was called a coal cellar. They would come throw coal down here, light a fire in there, and it would heat up the whole space. So we had to have some sort of chimney that worked up top. We couldn't just cover the roof, and now we do. Let's go put in a CO detector just to be sure. We're back up here in the attic. The repair is over there. We're gonna put up a CO monitor, okay? I think we're just fine up there, but there's no way to know for sure because, as you know, CO is odorless and invisible. So when you put in a CO monitor, you normally want to put it in at about 5 feet high or up near the ceiling, but not too high up on the ceiling. We're gonna put it in actually kind of head height with the floor because there's a stairwell going downstairs to the living quarters. So we want somebody to know before they got too far up here or the gas got too far down.
I found a mystery, Mr. Brian.
You found a mystery?
Mhm.
I have a helper today. His name's
You have a
Junior.
helper today?
You're my helper today.
Oh, I am.
You are. You've been helping me all day.
Oh.
You remember? Good. Woo. It works. Put a couple screws in.
You put the screws in?
Uh-huh. You see this plate right here? This plate holds the screws. And it goes on the back.
Oh.
So we mount this part first. If we don't lose all the screws. Now guys, this isn't structural. You don't have to bury these screws. That means put them in real hard. Like that.
Oh, I think you're working.
Okay, you just want to be able to slide up and down. Pop it off.
Pop it off.
Pop it off.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, it doesn't ring.
See how it slides down like that? Okay. Flip it over. It works. Woo! Shh. Shh. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me on the roof repair. Okay. And don't forget, may your thumbs always be plaid. I'm just kidding. Love you, Dave. Dress for the job you want. See ya.
Just carry them in. Trying to get to the kids. But that was when we had teenagers that wanted to do their friends. Right.
It seemed like every time we did that, it was like
And usually, siblings.
oh!
I just stay behind.
There's someone else to help push the